we take a look into the entrepreneurial professionals or the driving force behind the scenes, of course. Yes, yes, yes. It gives me great pleasure to highlight the players who exercise tenacity, drive, and whom create smoother operative systems for the masses and across various playing field. Well, we are going to be vibing today with Jenelle Alexia, okay? And my oh my, she's an author amongst other things. But no time like the present, she'll be able to fill and everything that she has going on. So sit back, relax, and be present. In less than 60 seconds, we have Jenelle Alexia who will be joining us live. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Jenelle. Are you there?
Hello, I am.
Well, I tell you what, I am quite delighted that you're here today. I had an opportunity to delve into learning a little bit more about it's the entrepreneurial sessions where we connect various persons and companies across the world um, and keep them abreast as to what is going on with various entrepreneurs across the world. So, of course, I came across your book, I came across your profile, um, and I was completely impressed by what you have been doing. So, you recently have released a new book. And before we get into the book and the various things that you have going on in your world, I would just like to delve in your a little bit before you got into writing and just your childhood, so to speak. So, where exactly are you hailing from today?
So I am from Philadelphia. I was born in Florida, but my parents are Jamaican.
Wow,
So
wow.
that's where we are with everything.
Okay. All right. Well, I felt the strong, I should say, Caribbean connection as well. I see where it was highlighted within the pages. I felt the strong Caribbean connection within the pages of the book
Yes,
as well.
I
Uh,
traveled a lot when I was a baby, a lot, and still to this day. So Air Jamaica is something that I grew up on.
well,
Hmm.
speaking of travel, are you talking about visiting? Have you visited various countries, or you mean just from the U.S. to Jamaica?
I have visited various countries. Yes,
Various countries. Now,
yeah.
myself as a kid, I traveled various countries across the world, and it gave me an opportunity to be able to speak various languages. Do you speak more than one languages as well?
No, I wish I could, but no.
Okay, okay. It's a plus,
It is.
especially for your book as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So talk to me about a younger Janelle Alexia growing up and you recognizing to yourself, or should I say, did you recognize growing up that you wanted to be an author, or you just threw a curveball and you said, you know what? I think I can do this. You attempted it and it's going very well.
Honestly, when I was younger, I used to like reading a lot. I always won the reading competitions, the 100 book challenge. Always loved reading, and I liked to write poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so coming into this now, it wasn't hard for me to do because it was something that I always enjoyed, reading when I was younger and writing little things that would come together as a story. So for this now, for me to turn things around to write a book into a child format, it was challenging, yes, but it was also very easy to do.
Oh, okay. Would you say that when we talk about writers, to be frank with you, when we talk about writers, a lot of past experiences, such as attending high school, or even primary school, we find that a lot of writers, they did well in English literature or just
Yes,
English. Was that one of your top subjects as well?
it most definitely was. I was actually an honor roll student when I was younger.
Uh,
Honor roll student.
on a roll student,
So
here in the U.S.
honor
or
roll
Jamaica?
in the U.S.
In the U.S. Okay. Um,
Hmm.
Now we talk about you. Your mention of going back and forth to Jamaica, and of course, it is myself. I'm Jamaican, so we have so much various places in Jamaica that you are able to go on vacation, and if you have to ask a lot of foreigners like where's your favorite places, they are choosing like some of the tourist area. When
They
you
are.
visited Jamaica, so I recently visited Port Royal, matter of fact, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but I know it's very famous over there. So, as a child, I didn't have an opportunity to go over there, but now I am visited over there, and very beautiful, very beautiful.
It is. And the food when it's cooked to perfection.
Of course,
Yeah.
Ye- yes.
I would say there, and I would also say mm, health, but only because of the food as well. I love to eat. I love food. I love eating. So
Elsha,
I'm gonna go not yeah Elsha Beach, not for the beach, but for the food.
yes, famous as well. As
Yes.
yes, in terms of that. So, we have an opportunity now to see this, your book that surfaced. And as I said, I recognized the Caribbean connection right away. Um, um, for yourself, beyond the writing, did you have a hand in choosing the pictures or the picturesque form of the book?
100%.
Yeah, yeah,
One hundred percent.
it plays a role into bringing the story to life. So could you tell us or give us some background in terms of, or if you had to summarize the book to someone who has never heard about this book before, such as our listeners, could you summarize it in 60 seconds?
I was book is about a young girl who was she was talented but didn't know what her true purpose was as a child, and she looked at her mom, encouragement, and her mom gave her that. They saw through with the idea, and she became one of the most famous fashion designers in the world. Ultimately,
Okay. I'm going to jump to a break and I'll be right back with some more questions. Stay connected.
okay.
So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are back, we are back, of course, with Jenelle Alexia. And today we are talking about just catching up, up to speed in terms of a recent release book release that's doing very well. Of course, and as we have stated within the beginning of our show and every week as well, is that, the show is based on connecting the dots across the aisle as well. When I had an opportunity to look through the book itself, like I said, it's very picturesque. You have that Caribbean feeling, and since this is Music Connect Africa as well, there is a lot of African Nizim within the book itself. You one can relate, regardless if you're from the Caribbean, if you're from the U.S., any part of the world, Africa. This book is very centered as well. So the name, of course, for the book itself is Keira Discovers Her Talent. And as Janelle just explained itself, it's about, Just is very much self-explanatory as well. But what I would like to ask Janelle is, do you find that the book itself, or should we ask the question, the book itself is tapping into yourself, a younger Janelle? Is it in
To an
reference?
extent.
It
To
is.
an extent.
To an
Yes,
extent.
to an extent.
To an
Yes.
extent. To.
Because
Mhm.
in the book, Kiera actually goes. She actually goes to school. Like she eventually goes born with it. I was born with the gift of knowing fashion and fabrics and always wanted to dress
Mhm.
and drawing as well. Because my I have a clothing brand, and it within the book and the front cover of the book, you see actually my brand logo, which is a legend. So I literally brought everything together. I made everything tied together.
So, for the logo itself, or being a fashion designer, it's part of being, one would say, very artsy. So it's the creative process in terms of that goes
Absolutely.
beyond there. So you design the logo as well.
Yes.
Oh.
and and then at one point Kiera ends up at a fashion show, and this was a real fashion show that I had in December called the Hidden Treasure Fashion Show. And there's a picture where Kiera's in like a she grows up and she's in a white dress. This is also what I really had on at the fashion show, along with one of the designs that I did for the fashion show was at the end of the book on that same page with Kiera. So it's a lot of things that literally tie together that it summarizes what really happened in real life.
I love it. I love it. I love the creative aspect in terms of how you brought it all together. And as a creative, um, one of the words that we use, which I just made mention to, artsy, because you'll find that you would like to do this book, but however, your creative energy kicks in. And it's not just about the book anymore, but it's about touching other surfaces in order to evolve and bring the entire project to life. So
Correct.
I understand wholeheartedly. So the book was released on um, in January. Am I correct?
The 1st of January, yes.
Okay, so you released the book in January, but then you decided to make it available on Apple Store in March. Um,
Correct.
is there a reason why you did not put it right away? And for myself as an author, and for other persons, other authors who may be listening, we would like to know a few secrets as well. So,
So
so when you start,
honestly,
uh-huh.
honestly, when the book was released, it was supposed to go on Apple as well as Barnes and Noble and Amazon. But there was some type of computer error, and the file just was not processing to go over to the Apple, and I couldn't figure it out. So I just had to just do a whole different thing, and that's how it finally got released on Apple Books in March.
So,
But I also firm believe it happened in time, and it happened for a reason. So
yeah.
complaining, I'm just looking at it positive.
So, would you do you is it your belief that Apple Books got it to where it is, or is it that there was a bit of groundwork being done while it was on the other two platforms, and then releasing it to Apple helped to drive it to the charts?
So I heard part of your question. I didn't hear it. It's its entirety.
No, I was saying that is it your belief that because it was on the other two platforms you were doing, work with the other two platforms, and then when it landed on Apple, is it your belief that Apple actually helped to get it to where it is, or because of the groundwork that you already created?
I think it was I'm gonna say both. I think it was a bit of both. It was the groundwork that I was already doing, and then Apple pushed it a little bit more because a lot of people have Apple. I have Apple phones, Apple tablets, a lot more Apple products than a regular Galaxy or Android, so to say.
Yeah. um There are like various authors. Um, like I have a monthly panel for authors as well. And within that atmosphere, there are authors who actually believe that getting it on Amazon first and then bringing it to Apple does wonders as well. So I've heard that as well. So I don't know what is the hidden secret there, but
I don't know either, but I'm thankful that it worked the way it worked out how it did
it worked for you. Yes.
for sure.
Okay. Well, we talked about your fashion show. Your first fashion show. That was your first fashion show in December?
It was my first fashion show, which is hence why I called it the Hidden Treasure Fashion Show.
And how did you, on a scale from 1 to 10, we all have our thing where it is like, okay, this is what I'd like to do. And I don't know about you, but I'm very, I am my own worst enemy. So I put something out and I aim for the highest. And then I get to judge myself over the weeks and months or whatever and say, oh, okay, out of 1 to 10, here's
Hmm.
what I think I did. Now, out of 1 to 10, in terms of the fashion show itself and what you wanted to ensure everything goes as planned, what was the local reception and what would you give yourself on a scale from 1 to 10?
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I honestly would give myself an 8. There were some things that could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that I thought I could have done better. However, no one did not see those errors, and the venue was packed. The venue was packed. I had artists, Belly Rocks there. I had Cyclone there. I had Version there, and they did performances and things like that. So for that, I would give it a 10. But just for the little errors that were, that could have been fixed, I would have said an 8. So if you put those both together, a 9.5.
Okay.
9.5.
Well, I love it. Something you said that I really love is the fact that um, there were things that happened, but the bigger picture is that persons weren't able to tell the things that went wrong, and
Yeah.
that works in the creative world. You're able to pull that off. I would say a 10. It's a win. It's a win.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, the venue was packed.
That's awesome.
The venue was packed. And even within that moment, I did introduce the children's line. But I wasn't satisfied. That night, I was not satisfied with the children's line because I said, yes, I mean, I have the A Legends brand. Yes, I have it. Yes, I can easily add more products to the children's line. Yes, I can do that. But I want to do something else to touch the children, to inspire the children because I believe that my brand is all about self empowerment, which works for the adults. The only way to handle pressure is to apply pressure. Pressure makes a legend. That's great. But what can I do to get to children that don't necessarily understand that motto or don't understand that thing? So thinking outside the box, I was like, I can just write the book. And then by me writing the book, it can be put in every household. Children can read the book. Parents can read the books to their children. Teachers can help the children read the books and help them motivate them to follow their dreams or think about what their dreams are, think about what they're good at, and things like that. And here we are.
Yes, yes. I am going to jump to another break and I will be right back with some more questions. Keep it connected, okay? So, if you are just connecting with us right here on Music Connect Africa, we are connected with Jenelle Alexia, of course, speaking about her, newfound success in terms of releasing her book, Keira Discovers Her Talent. And I am saying to all my listeners right now that you need to go out and get a copy of this book. It is very much centered. At first I said Caribbean centered, but no. Go out and get the book. It doesn't matter if you are in Africa, if you live in Canada, Europe, Jamaica, any of the small islands. This is a story that will help as well to motivate your kids and inspire yourself as an adult as well. So most recently, we actually had an opportunity to tap into the fact that she's also a designer and talk about the success of her hidden treasure fashion show. That was, I wish I was there. I must tell you, I wish I was there. So I'm going to have to ask Cyclone. I didn't know about this and he didn't invite me. So I I
It
could
was
have
amazing.
I could check it out. And it's quite awesome because not everyone get to have a fashion show, their first fashion show, and hit it out the park, you know? So that tells me as well that you are someone who believes in, a perfectionist. A perfectionist? It could be a good and
Yeah,
it could be a
I
bad
am.
thing. Huh?
It can definitely be a good or a bad thing. It can.
Yes.
It's all about perspective.
It's
So I'm
about,
gonna go with it. It's a yeah. I'm gonna go with it. It's a great thing
it's
because
a great thing.
when you're a perfectionist, you're not gonna put out foolishness.
That's correct.
You're gonna always put your best foot forward, and people respect you when they know that you're putting your best foot forward. Because think about it as well. There's a lot of different people out here doing a lot of different things. But for me personally, for me to have so many different artists that are big artists, international artists, all in one space there to support what I'm putting on, that says a lot within itself as well.
It does. It does. I really would have loved to see the pieces as well. So the fashion show itself, there were pieces for adults, and then there was a kid line as well. Am I hearing correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. It was like a little sneak peek. I had one little girl with a little sneak peek dress.
Uh
I
huh.
didn't want to put out too much. It was just enough. And she literally she wooed the crowd. And she had a standing ovation. Little girl had a standing ovation. And I think that if I would have added any more people, it would have honestly may have taken away from that moment right there with that little girl.
It,
So I
it's
think it was perfect.
it's interesting because I was about to ask you if your choice to do that was it calculated because it was perfect.
Yeah, because the little girl was honestly a representation of me, but she was more so supposed to be a representation of Sierra. But this also ties back to one of those issues, those errors that took place, but no one didn't know
Wow.
because she was supposed to come out with the book as well and kind of like showcasing it, but I didn't get the material that was supposed to use for that in time.
That's nice. That's nice. What to anyone who is currently listening and myself, I would like to know if I wanted to view your pieces. You do have a website that they're available on, or are you planning
Yes,
something?
the website is up. It's www.alegendslb.com, and on the website you can also purchase the book.
Of course. You put that book everywhere. You tell everybody about it.
Yeah, the book is everywhere. The book is absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. I have a recent release, and trust me, everybody I talk to at the end of that conversation is, did you get the book? Or this book is available.
Yeah,
Yes. And
yeah, for sure. You have to promote yourself. You have to keep promoting yourself. If you don't
yes.
promote yourself, no one else is not going to do it for you. And even if they do, they still have to see you promoting yourself before they promote you.
No. In terms of the fashion show, are you planning another fashion show for this year?
So I am doing another fashion show with 2 weeks in Philadelphia, May 21st. It's a Sunday.
Oh,
Oh, wait a second. Is that next week? I feel like that's next
let
weekend.
me tell you, the time is
Wait a
moving
second.
so fast. Yeah. Well,
No,
um,
it's not necessarily next weekend yet. No,
it's not
it's the
necessarily next
21st.
weekend, but it's close. It's about
It's
10
very
days.
close. Yes, under 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's under 2 weeks. Oh wow! So it's pretty good that you bounce back and decide to do something else. It would there be anything different about this show?
What I'm gonna say, this one I decided to bring on vendors, other businesses to vend and promote their business and promote their products,
Yes.
as well as I have two other designers on this as well. An Afrocentric designer.
Mm-hmm.
Her brand is called Culture Rock by Mimi, and I have another designer on called Ashana's Closet. So they'll both be on the show as well as the Alleged brand.
So you will
Um,
so you will have a little bit more a longer runway. I mean, a longer time in terms of runway.
I would say so.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I would say so.
Um. All right. I will check my schedule and see where I'm at around that
Oh, I
weekend.
would love to have you. I would love to have you. I would love
As
to have
well.
you.
Yeah. So, are you considering? I have a sister as well that she's an author, and ardent book collector, and she has a relationship with Jamaica where, um, a few of her books, or she even as well donate books to, Jamaica as well. Is this a book
Mhm.
that you do plan to see if you could get into the curriculum? Because I think that it would make sense.
I am I am trying vigilantly to get this into the curriculum. I'm actually trying my hardest to get it to the Minister of Education.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, time time is the master of all things.
I know you will
Time is
conquer.
the
You
master of
will
all things.
you will get
Yes,
it there. I have faith. I know you will. I know you will get it
yes.
there.
Time is the master. And with the team that I have behind me, I know they're working hard to get me to that point as well. To get it into the bookstores, to get it into the schools. Yes.
Okay. Another suggestion as well would be to um, translate the book into a different language, because I'm sure that some of our Caribbean countries, or like
That's a good idea.
Spanish bound, other countries such as Haiti, that's French Creole and all of
That would be
that.
great. Yeah, that's
Yes,
what I didn't really think about that, but that is actually a very good idea. Because I
yes.
mean, on Amazon, the books can be purchased in other countries, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not necessarily the languages are necessarily translated into those other countries, into
Yeah,
those other languages.
you
That's a
can't.
good idea. I'm gonna look into that.
Yes, get it done. For mine, I have done it in a few languages, which it comes out after the the English version is out there, but other languages is coming up in about 2 weeks as well. So yeah, it's going to help to put it over the top, and as well to extend that reach in to extend that reach, in terms of currently where you are and for the future as well.
Okay, thank you for that.
Oh no, no worries. So I also seen that you were, without your PR, Leslie, she has been doing a great job, because I've seen you pop up in various places. Okay, you may not know it's me, but I've seen you pop up in various places, so I knew
Uh huh.
more about the book, as well as time goes by. I says, okay, somebody's working. So hats off to your team as well. They're doing a great job with getting it,
Thank you
getting
so
it done
much.
as well.
Thank you.
Hats off to yourself as well for walking that line and being able to be in more than one. You are an art. I should say you are a creative. To the max, because it is that as you do this, as you decided to do the book itself, there are other things that pops up as well, and you're able to still, in whichever medium that you're in, to also tell others about your book and what it's about, and for them to purchase it within different mediums as well. So, hats off to you. I completely
Thank you so much.
appreciate you
Thank you so much.
wholeheartedly. And I
And if
am,
you do want to see the brand again, I mean, as I said, the fact that Cyclone has worded in his videos, Deli Ranks has worded in his videos, and Version just dropped a new song called The Truth, and the video is doing extremely well. It's like almost at 150K in 3 days or something like that. And he's wearing the A-list brand throughout the whole entire video. So it's definitely out there. You can't miss it. If you see it, it's like, oh, that
I have to check
okay.
that out.
Yeah, you can't miss it. Can't
Yeah,
miss it at all.
most definitely. Now, what are your plans beyond? We know the fashion show is coming up, but in terms of the book itself, are you planning a special series or other books as well?
I would say I'm gonna do a series of Kiera Discovers whatever, or Kiera. It's gonna be a series of Kieras for
Okay.
sure. But I'm definitely trying to push this one right here as far as I can go, which, as I stated before, into the school system in Jamaica.
Yes.
So that's definitely the goal right now, and I'm not gonna stop until I get at least a meeting or something. And even then, I'm not necessarily going to stop either, because within that, I'm thinking about we could add maybe exercises to the book where they're learning about sentence combination, verb, subject agreement, things like that, summary. A lot of different things that can come within that, just within this little book. It could be such of a big thing
Yes.
if granted the opportunity. So just time. Time is the master.
Time is the master, and you're doing so well. Let me tell you, hats off to you. You're doing
Thank
well
you.
in terms of what has happened here. There are various entrepreneurs, there are various, authors as well within different spaces, and it's always good to learn from others as well as to give others pointers in terms of where they can take this in volume. I do see the book in schools, not just in Jamaican schools, because it's a global message that's attached to it as well.
Absolutely.
And for other black girls who have dreams, and sometimes they feel as if that, what, I can't get there, it's going to take me some time, or I just think I can't get there. So I appreciate the message that's in the book itself. I appreciate you being here. I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, because trust me, you're busy. If one of my listeners, check her out, okay? She
Thank you
is
for having me. I
busy.
appreciate the opportunity.
She's busy. So, before you go, can you leave your social media handles so the listeners can go out and not only check out your book but follow you across social media, because you are not stopping. There's a lot more to look forward to as
A lot
well.
more.
Yes. Can you?
So for Instagram, you have J_Alexia Banks. That's J_ALEXIABANKS. That's my personal page. And then you have the Legends page, which is ALEGENDS_.
Okay. I love
And
it.
within that, there's a bio. Within the bio, there's like a link tree that can literally brings you to the website. It brings you to the YouTube to see Version's video, as well as pieces of the fashion show. Um, it brings you to the movie that I was in called 3 to 11, where a lot of the cast members are also wearing A Legend. Yeah, so within that link tree, there's a lot of different sources that can bring you to a lot of different places where A Legend is concerned
Very
to purchase the
nice.
book as well.
Very nice. I love what I'm hearing. I am going to check out Version's song as well, where it is that I can learn a little bit more about the fashion show as well, and yourself being highlighted in there as well. Okay.
Thank
I
you
am
so much.
so looking forward. It's a pleasure having you come through. Of course, it is. We're going to vibe out. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, my dear. To our listening audience, just debuted her Keira Discovers Her Talent, which is a motivational book that encourages children, parents, and even teachers alike to follow their hearts and never give up on their future. We know what that's like. So, for everyone who is sitting out there, here is an opportunity to delve into an inspirational, motivational book that's of value. And trust when I tell you, it will inspire you, okay? It will inspire you to inspire your kids, your grandkids, and others as well. And it's also a motivation as well for everyone who would like to chase your dreams and inevitably achieve their goals. Big up. Please follow her across
It's your
social
real top
media.
girl, right now me represent for A Legends. Yeah, the good thing them. Yo, Lexi Banks. Lexi too real for your worry about fakeness. Lexi Banks. You don't know me I represent for the real top girl, you know you're a real top girl. Oh, yeah. Them girl, they are real, I'm a better. Yeah. Me a top girl. I me never born in a lace wig. Me still shop at DDs, I'ma still shop at Macy's. Now go certain places. Me a girl, me no frightened for link, and me no frightened for face. Young girl, no for kill it. If I know your size, don't wear it. And if I know your price, don't claim it. You better buy when your money can buy. Put some in your flexi bank. Woman, feel have confidence. Learn to depend on herself. Do your little 9 to 5, me darling. Can't like you check for Friday morning. Someone who don't use conscience. Rather buy here before you buy bed. Cock up in a man car before you put your kids before you. Them a big stink in your bed. Hey legends, we don't live to impress people. You will never ever live to impress people. Yeah, I mean I know how them live to impress people. Lexi not spend a rent in a party. We not buy patron if we don't have a party. We not say party. Say them a real and girl and them store. What a good thing we not live to impress people. Hey, legends will never ever live to impress people. Yeah, how we don't know how them live to impress people. Lexi Banks live your life. Talent over high, yeah. No girl can kidnap box me. Before my beg a girl a drive me, rather go boom taxi. Oh, dirty hearty, come stop me. I rather go on like my blind, rather go on like my stop see. You know, see my bless on me active. But full of subject, me attractive. You know, see set up gallery inactive. A Jamaica, my born, yeah, my style now adapted. So me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. Yeah, I mean I know how to live to impress people. Yeah, but just I live my life. Talent over high. Me not spend me rent in a no party. Now buy patron if me don't have a pot right now. Me even a say 40. Real and cal and them stove now hot. Wash your your man clown antenna. Them fi impress people. For that, yeah, top girl.